I'm Dane.
I'm Mallory.
And this is Drive-Thru Movie Review. And we just saw Spider-Man Far From Home. And it was amazing.
It was really great. And I did not have high expectations, not because I thought the movie wasn't going to be good, but because I thought there's no way it's going to live up to all the hype.
It lived up to all the
and
hype of Endgame.
It was worth everything.
Now, it was a wonderful bridge between, I think, what we're going to get in the next phase this epilogue to the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe so far that we have after Endgame.
And it was epic and big, but still like kind of street level, which, you know, Marvel goes big with its super epic battles, and then they have like their street level characters, and Spider-Man's like such a great bridge between those two.
They've done a wonderful job of keeping the spirit of Spider-Man going, despite the fact that they've kind of reversed his entire history in the movies.
Yeah, they've gone like backwards instead of forwards.
Instead of, you know, him starting out as this guy with no resources and just, you know, kicking butt and whatnot, he started out with, you know, Tony Stark's resources, and still they've kept the spirit of he's not good enough without this power, or with or without his powers.
Well, they do such a good job of giving him all that stuff and then like taking it away and finding a good way to incorporate him being a down on his luck, all me against the world.
And ultimately, my favorite thing about the Spider-Man movies is how well they integrate with the rest of the cinematic universe. So, like, the other movies don't do it as well as them. It's not just bringing other characters into the franchise, into the movies, but it's the little elements like mentioning you study Thor in physics class now and not history, or like
mythology.
Howard Stark is, you know, painted on the wall with other historical figures, and just the fact that they bring in elements.
Of Einstein and Bruce Banner next to each other in the science lab.
Yeah, and like just with this movie, they bring in elements of like technology and storylines from past movies, and it progressed it into this one. That's what the cinematic universe crossover is all about, right there. It's not just about bringing characters together, but it's about bringing ideas and elements together, and they do it so flawlessly and amazing.
This movie in particular did an amazing job of bridging the gap between characters from the very first movie.
All the way to Iron Man.
All the way on up, and all the way up through like technology and how the superheroes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe have created this situation and this hero-villain combination. And it's just one of those things that Marvel's so good at calling back things. Like, they must have the biggest bulletin board in the world.
Just the strings.
Just strings everywhere.
Like Jake Gyllenhaal, the greatest Mysterio. Mysterio is one of those villains where, like, how are they going to do this? This isn't going to work. And they killed it.
They did it, and there's no way to like really celebrate that without spoiling it.
Like, we can't. There's so much I want to talk about, but I do not want to spoil anything for anybody right now.
I loved his behind the scenes director quality. It was very much.
He's a team leader.
He seemed like what you'd expect a behind the scenes stage play manager to be.
And also, I absolutely loved how they handled the snap. And just the little kind of scenarios and jokes that maybe you've talked about with your friends, they kind of just bring up. Like, the one guy's like, my younger brother's older than me now.
What's up with Brad? All of a sudden he's hot. Marvel's really good at integrating action and drama and comedy, but the comedy
was wonderful. It wasn't overdone where it took away from the action.
It is a teen comedy and everything, but there's cringy teen romance moments there. I'm like, every time I'm like, ugh, we lived it. We don't need to watch it again.
I don't need to relive my high school years.
Like, just cringy moments. Okay, we're through it. It's fine.
I think my only at one point was the attack on Brad. At first, I wasn't really into him. Like, this is a little much, but it had a purpose for the actual whole story. So I'm like, okay, it's a watch for me for that.
Yeah, it's
one of my new favorites.
It's an excellent bridge to the next phase, and you should definitely stay for the credits. There's two
credit scenes, one in the mid-credit and one at the end.
mid-credit is huge. End credit, I think, is really going to build up to the next phase.
Yeah, that mid-credit is such a bombshell.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff going on in that mid-credit scene. It's just, you have to stick around and watch everything. Everything. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the next phase now. If that end credit scene has anything to do with it.
But you could go on and not have missed any major elements of the story without the end credit scene. But the mid-credit scene is a huge thing.
I'm so excited for the end credit scene. It's what I've been wanting. Hopefully, and somehow, I don't know. All right. Anyway, 2 thumbs way up from me. Please go see it. It is awesome. See you guys next time.